Greetings, this is the Timeshare Traveler. Today is episode 265. Oh my God, 265 reviews and so forth. Today I'm reviewing the Worldmark VIP program. It's just new, rolled out in the last month or so. Had a chance to look at everything. Hopefully I've got everything under control here and understand it all. I'm sure there's a few things I'm missing here, but this is a good general update. So what I'm going to talk about is first to go through the feature list and really highlighting what I see as the new features. There's some that are slightly different, and I don't know that I know everything, but I'm pretty sure that I'll catch the major things. Then I'll talk about the features that matter to me and why they matter to me, and features I don't find that interesting and why I don't find them that interesting. Doesn't mean they aren't valuable to some people, just that these are kind of my opinions, and I'll try to highlight where some people might differ. And then the last question I have, since they've created this new tier of founders, and I'm currently platinum, which is the tier right below, is what is it worth to upgrade to founders? So I'm going to cover all that, and at the very end I'll tell you a little bit more about the channel, but let's jump right in. Okay, feature list. First there's the eye chart there with all I copied that right off the website. And if you go to your dashboard, you can see the new featured list. You can see the gray ones highlighted. That's because I'm platinum, so it knows I'm platinum. If you're a different tier, you would have a different one highlighted. So here's the things, the new features. The conversion to Wyndham Rewards points have been talked about for a long time if you've been attending owner updates. And I've been kind of like, well, what's the rate? Well, the rate's out now. So it's 350 Wyndham Rewards points per 100 Worldmark credits. So let me translate that to a reasonable reservation. So 10,000 credits, which is typically a 2-bedroom week at many of the locations. It could be a 1-bedroom maybe in certain situations, but that's a general rule. That translates to 35,000 Wyndham Rewards points, which is a little bit more than 2 nights in a 1-bedroom using Vacasa or even using it to stay. So I didn't find that interesting. But if you're looking at, and the reason I didn't find it that interesting is I compared it to translating to RCI, and in RCI I can get for 4,000 credits plus an exchange fee of under 400, usually $299, but let's just go with under 400 because I can't, all the different various options can be a little bit more. And that seems to be a better deal because at least I take 10,000 credits and I can get a couple reservations even though I have to pay that $400 or less than $400 fee. The only other advantage of Wyndham Rewards is you get 4 years versus 2 years of expiration, and in Wyndham Rewards you get 4 years, but it feels like only do it as a last resort, just not to lose your points. I think I'd rather put them in RCI. There are more locations potentially not using Vacasa, but that's offset, I think, with just the cost difference. The other new feature, which I'm actually really pretty excited about actually at the moment, is the fax time change. Now, it used to be you could do fax time, but you only had one red season a year. Now, I think that is now gone. And instead it's replaced with a price tier. And it turns out at Platinum, my maintenance fees and the fax time fees are about the same. And so I just checked. I went out to Marina Dunes, which is almost impossible to get. And I actually could get the last day, which is today's the 12th. And on the 12th, 13 months out, there was ability to get a week right now, early in the morning, and it was for $940 exactly available. So I could have booked it with either 10,000 credits or $940, which is at the platinum level, then 9.4 cents. And I'm like, wow, if I can have 7 of those active at any one time, that's like having 7 reservations pretty close to my maintenance fees. So that's like having a whole bunch of credits that I can add or not, and I don't have to pay ongoing maintenance and have to use them. They can be expanded. And so it's really, I really like, obviously you can tell from the way I'm talking about it, I really like that. And then the complimentary club pass, it's only available at Founders, and there's 3 of them. Just so you know, $79 per one, so it's a savings of $237 per year. So those are the new features. So let me jump into the features I like, which you'll already see some of them already. Okay, the features that matter to me, unlimited housekeeping at Platinum. That's why I'm at Platinum. And that's also true at Founders, but I'm at Platinum. And I stay 1 and 2 nights all the time. And that saves me, I think, thousands of dollars when you add up the number of 1 night stays, 2 night stays that I do. I use them like hotels. If I'm traveling and I want to stop halfway there, I'll do a Worldmark night. It's like $100 a night. Only time that's the problem is if you're doing Friday, Saturday, and Friday and Saturday is available, you have to do 2 nights. But usually I'm traveling somewhere in the middle of the week, and it's cheaper than, that's the cheapest hotel. Free Wi-Fi. To me, Wi-Fi should be free, but, it's kind of like paying for parking. I hate that it's happening. They're adding those features to make people pay where you didn't used to do that. So it's kind of annoying, and I'm glad at Platinum I have 8 devices, and that's not most of the time covers me. But I like that benefit just because it just feels less annoying. Purchasing with cash instead of forever maintenance. So one of the things I try to do is I feel like I'm at the sweet spot, which is Platinum. It's still a lot of points for credits for some people, but I can expand a lot. I have now the fax time, and I believe I have 6 or 7 reservations at the Platinum level, even at less. So that's like having pretty much maybe a little more than maintenance at the lower tiers, but in my case, it's close to the same, so I can have an additional 7 reservations out. And if that's 2 bedrooms, that's the equivalent of 70,000 credits at pretty much just paying maintenance fees. And again, it's not forever maintenance, just only if you need them. So it allows me to expand from 65,000 to effectively 130,000, because that's what 10,000 credits times 7 would be. It would be 70,000 credits, so 135,000 credits. I can up to that just for that feature. I think that's 7 off. Maybe it's 6 or 7, but anyways, you get the point. Then I have the Monday Madness that I just have to watch, and that's at below maintenance fees. And I can do, I think, 6 of those as well. So I expand out, but again, it's limited at 9 months, so it's not like the Marina Dunes. There's literally, you have to book it 13 months in advance. And I could have done it with fax time. So it literally allows me, it's like having real credits. And I'm just paying basically for maintenance for that week. And I could have booked it. And then there's inventory specials within 3 months that's well below, not well below, but significantly below maintenance. So I can expand using cash within that. And so it's the equivalent of not having to buy tens of thousands of credits into the future. So I'm really happy. Those features matter to me because it allows me to not have to buy more than I need, because once you buy them, you have never any maintenance coming at you. So you want to make sure you keep that to a minimum and expand with the options of using cash. And so those are the features that matter to me. Okay, features that I don't find that interesting. I love Vacasa and I love Wyndham Rewards, but when I look at the conversion rate, it's really hard for me to take it. When I look at 10,000 credits, which is a 2-bedroom for a week at Marina, I'm just sticking with Marina Dunes because it's really hard. Or I think 10,000 also is Kihei. So one of the two harder places to get into. I think Worldmark Kona as well. So having only 2 nights, turn that into 2 nights, even though I get a great flexibility of usage. I mean, two nights in a 1-bedroom is 30,000, and you get 35. So maybe 2 1/3 nights. Just seems like a big reduction. And I guess if you're going to lose it, and you do have the advantage of you get to keep them for 4 years versus 2 years in RCI, I'd rather move them in the RCI. The other feature I've never really liked, and this is just me, using personal choice every year. And what I find is the best price is with using the credits at the timeshare. When you convert credits to airlines and all these other things, it just costs more than actually, if you figure out the amount of maintenance fees you're paying for that airline ticket, you're much cheaper to actually buy the airline ticket, even though they always tell you, but that's cash out of your pocket. No, maintenance fees are cash out of your pocket. So I kind of disagree with a lot of what the salespeople say, because that's cash out of my pocket, the maintenance fees. And if that means I'm not inefficient spending my money, that means I own too many credits, and I should have used the fax time and other things to do that. Again, to me, it's only good if points are expiring as a last ditch off experience instead of to do that. But I'd rather put them in the interval as far as what I'm looking at versus sorry, not in interval, but into RCI. So anyway, that's the features I don't find that interesting. And again, that's my personal opinion. Other people may find it, the convenience is worth it. Okay, and the last thing is, should I upgrade to Founders? It's the new tier. The sales team has been pushing and pushing, pushing, and I said, I'm not doing anything until I know exactly what's new, because I knew exactly why I got the Platinum, which was the unlimited housekeeping token. So just basically, because I do a lot of travel, or I just do 1 or 2 nights. I get weekends away, for example, and it's just way, way cheaper than always using if I were just under that and then I had to use a housekeeping token, it would be thousands of dollars a year. So the reason to upgrade is the Club Pass. It's $237 a year. That's not a lot of money, but it's some money. I don't know that I'd use them every year, but I historically do, because I use a lot of the Club Wyndham in Hawaii. Lower price for enhanced fax time, so it's 1 cent per credit lower than where I am at Platinum. So that it turns into $100 for a 2-bedroom reservation compared to Platinum. That again is the 10,000 credits, so that's $100 savings. So it's $100. So that if you do 2 of those a year, that's $200. Maybe you're saving $400 to $500 a year. If you get additional Wi-Fi devices, I've not run into that being a limit so far at the Platinum level. Here's a challenge I have. The cost to upgrade from Platinum is going to be $45,000, and it's going to go up. And I'm picking that number. I think that's probably the best deal I've gotten recently. And I may be off. It might be a little bit more. And 20,000 credits is additional 2-week reservation, again using that 10,000 2-bedroom reservation. Could be closer to 3 if you do off-peak 1-bedrooms or studios. So I'm kind of comparing that to, well, why don't I just use my fax time reservations to do that? It's not that much more expensive from a maintenance perspective. Maybe I'm, the 20,000 credits, it's the same, maybe $200. It's $200 a year more because I'm not Founders, but I don't have to, if I don't need to use them because I'm not going to take that many vacations or that many trips, then I don't have to have this too much maintenance coming at me, and I have to figure out what to do with the points. So so far I just don't see the reason to upgrade, because it's really, I can leverage fax time to get that number of reservations at good prices, or even RCI or other options that are, and I just don't want to have that additional have to use vacation time coming at me, because I'm 7 weeks a year, 65,000, again using 10,000, say I get an extra one in there, so I get 7 reservations, to go from 7 to 9 and have to pay maintenance fees no matter what. I think I'd rather have the ability to flexibly spend with all the different cash options. It just makes better sense for me. Anyway, hope you liked the video. Don't forget to give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hi, this is Cliff, and I'm the Timeshare Traveler. Welcome to my channel. The purpose of my channel is to educate those who love traveling in timeshares. I've been an owner for 15 plus years at timeshare ownership. I have elite ownership with Marriott, Hilton, and Worldmark. I have published over 100 timeshare video reviews, and I've published over 95 timeshare tips. I can be found on Facebook at Timeshare Trav, at Twitter Timeshare Trav, and on the web at www.timesharetraveler.com.